This is iPhone 13, which launched way back in 2021. But in my opinion, it has a very realistic chance of being the most popular phone in 2023. And today I'm going to tell you why that is going to be the case, especially when you have the latest iPhone 14 available on the market, which being the newer phone is supposed to be better than iPhone 13. However, I am going to try to make my case against the new iPhone 14 being a better phone, and hope to have you convinced by the end of this video. But before getting into that, if you have come to the channel for the first time, my name is Amit, and I would really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up. And in case you love the content and want to watch more like these, don't forget to subscribe the channel so you can stay up to date with the reviews and comparisons I do here. With that out of the way, let's get back to the video. The main reason I think iPhone 13 is going to be a better value for money is the price difference. In most markets, iPhone 13 is significantly cheaper compared to iPhone 14. I agree, some of you don't mind paying a few extra bucks if you're getting a phone which will serve you better and last longer. But here's the thing about iPhone 14. It is virtually similar as the older iPhone 13, just packaged differently. And I'm not saying this is something new. Apple is infamous for making small incremental updates year on year without changing too much about the phone. But this time, they left so many things untouched. In short, it's almost impossible to differentiate between the current and the previous generations of iPhones. Starting with the design, iPhone 13 is definitely one of the better designed phones in the overall market. Even after 1 year of its release, it doesn't look outdated or any less premium. In fact, I would prefer this design over 90% of today's phones out there. It comes with glossy back finish and color matched brushed aluminum flat edges. And the thing that I've enjoyed most over the last year is the size and form factor. It's relatively compact, way more comfortable to use with one hand without sacrificing too much. It weighs significantly lesser than the Pro model, making it so much easier to carry it around. And the camera bump on the back is also not as big as the Pro models. One downside of this design is its glass back panel is a massive fingerprint magnet. Talking about the display, the 6.1-inch immersive HDR display with super thin bezels is perfect for any kind of media consumption or to play games. It is a Super Retina XDR panel with extremely vibrant colors and an impressive contrast. It has a refresh rate of 60Hz and a brightness of 800 to 1200 nits, which is perfectly fine for day-to-day usage. Coming back to the main point why iPhone 13 is better than iPhone 14 in this area is that both phones are exactly identical from design and display perspective. Absolutely no noticeable difference. Let's talk about performance. iPhone 13 comes with a highly efficient A15 Bionic chip. It features a 6-core CPU and a 4-core GPU plus an upgraded neural engine. iPhone processors are head and shoulders above the rest of the industry. Even today, A15 is as smooth as it was when it came out. You can throw almost any computation-heavy task on this phone and it will come out with flying colors. GPU-intensive titles like Asphalt 9 still feel great on iPhone 13. And on top of it, you get access to some of really advanced camera features like cinematic mode that are reliant on A15's processing power. If last 1 year's performance is anything to go by, in my opinion, this is going to stay like that for years to come. Now you might think iPhone 14 should come with a better chip than its previous generations, as it has been the case for every previous iPhone release. Unfortunately, that is not true. iPhone 14 features the exact same A15 Bionic chip with just one extra GPU core, which isn't going to make a great deal of difference as A15 was already a very powerful processor. Let's talk about camera. Apple made some positive changes going from iPhone 12 to iPhone 13, which at that point in time seemed very difficult to justify because of the price increase. But after 1 year, those exact same camera system enhancements seem to be a very good deal when compared to the enhancements between iPhone 13 and iPhone 14. iPhone 13 comes with a dual camera setup of 12 megapixel on the back and a single front-facing selfie camera on the front. The picture quality coming out of iPhone 13 is still top-notch. And the aspect of iPhone 13's camera quality that stands out is the consistency. No matter what the lighting conditions are, iPhone 13 will always capture a very balanced photo, and the image processing is far more consistent than iPhone 12. The video quality is still top-notch as well, and you get access to advanced features like cinematic mode and the ability to shoot Apple ProRes. Overall, the cameras on iPhone 13 are still as good as new. And if you want to see the camera quality of iPhone 13 firsthand, please check out this video of mine. This was shot entirely on iPhone 13. And again, there is no significant difference between cameras of iPhone 13 and iPhone 14. In fact, the camera hardware is almost identical, except that the camera sensor on iPhone 14 is slightly larger at f1.6, leading to better low-light images. And the front-facing camera is slightly better too, with f1.9 aperture and autofocus. And the standout feature of this generation of iPhone is action mode, which is like inbuilt stabilizers. A lot of it is software based, but overall, a normal user may still not be able to tell the difference between both cameras except while in a certain situations. The other area that iPhone 13 really impressed me in is the battery life. I can easily get 7 to 8 hours of screen on time on moderate use. Even after 1 year, the battery health is still more than 90%, which is quite impressive. Historically, battery has been the biggest weakness for iPhones up until iPhone 12. But with iPhone 13, the story has completely changed. Now the battery is one of the biggest strengths of iPhones. Unfortunately, there is no significant difference between battery lives of iPhone 13 and iPhone 12 to justify paying the extra money. Going into 2023, iPhone 13 is still a very capable phone. When comparing it with the more expensive iPhone 14, it becomes even better value for money. In almost every area, the iPhone 13 is just as good as iPhone 14, and in some even better. The price difference right now may not seem much, but considering both are exactly same devices, paying even little bit extra seems unreasonable.